Doom Vamos Vivamus Epicureans. This is the BCE Comics Pod one-shot edition. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and I'm joined by...
Stojr from Stojr Shelf. How's it going, Nick?
I'm doing all right, just trying to slyly change the slide that I forgot to change last time so we can keep the magic going that this is happening each and every day and we know what we're doing. Um, we're participating in Kurtis Findlay's Epic Marvel Podcast Reading Club. This one-shot is going to be our brief thoughts on today's issue, which is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine number 4, Rebirth. Alright, so Yukio takes an injured Wolverine and a drugged Kitty Pryde, although I don't think we know how that happened. And she also takes an indignant Carmen Pryde to a secluded sanctuary where she and Wolverine work to remove Ogun's influence over Kitty's mind. Well, apparently Ogun had imprinted his psyche on Kitty, and that in time this would mean he would take over Kitty's body, and there would be very little Kitty Pryde left over. Mentally, I guess. Physically, she'd still be there. Essentially, this issue then becomes one big training montage. All right, Stojr, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is you basically have to play the montage music behind this because that's all that really happens in this issue. I mean, you get that kind of loose explanation of how Ogun's powers might work. I don't think it's really satisfactory to what we saw before, but it's something. So we'll go with that. I like that Wolverine has a plan here. It kind of illustrates like his intelligence and he's not just this brute. Like he's got a whole thing that he's kind of working her through to break that influence. It's not like he doesn't know what to do. He's completely lost. He doesn't maybe necessarily know it's going to work, but he's got a plan and he's executing that plan and he's leading, acting as a leader here. So I think all of that's pretty solid. It's just this miniseries should have been 4 issues, maybe 3 issues. I like you didn't need it to be this long, so it just really feels stretched out, and I think it takes away from the story. What did you think?
Yeah. I do like that we finally get an explanation of what Ogun did to Kitty, that she wasn't just purely brainwashed. There's something more going on here. I also like how there's this hint of a connection to Japanese legends. I don't remember the name of the legendary character now off the top of my head, but and I don't know if this is an actual Japanese legend or if it's just being made up for the story. But I like that those connections are being made. I know you're not too much of a fan of Al Milgram's art here. I don't mind it so much, but I did think that it's worth pointing out he's pretty good at changing his style if he needs to. Uh-oh. You know what? When we, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's right. I'm on the right spot. Okay, so, on this page, 404 to 405, we get what his typical style has been here. But when we have Wolverine telling Kitty the story, he changes up his style. It's a little more plain. It's a little more simple with the kind of Asian, I guess, evoking bamboo borders, which I thought is quite neat. So, he has variety that he can do. And that speaks to, well, I guess he's trying to do this more, I don't know, rough, gritty penciling or whatever it is that he's doing. But, I thought that was good. Otherwise, it occurs to me that I think this might be the beginnings of something that kind of becomes a recurring role for Wolverine, right? He takes on a young student into his tutorship, like he does with Jubilee later on. Now, that hasn't exactly happened yet, but it's going to happen, right? He's building Kitty up, and we get hints that he's taught Kitty things previously, but I think this is where we're really getting the Wolverine as mentor to young, typically female students as well, right? I mean, again, Jubilee's the other one that kind of jumps to my mind, but I feel like there's
Yeah,
another one.
Armor and Astonishing X-Men would be another example of that. She's the one that can kind of generate this like psychic armor type of thing. I don't know if it's psychic, but like the
It's pink,
armor around herself.
right?
Yeah, pink
Yeah, it's
armor
pink
around
in it,
herself.
and you can see through it, so sure,
Yeah,
psychic.
yeah.
Okay.
And there might be some others that eventually when he's like when he reopens the school and is like headmaster at the school, he's technically mentored everybody there. But yeah, those types of characters. X-23 to a certain extent at some point in time. So yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's all I got. Stojr, any other thoughts?
Nope. Looking forward to the next issue.
All right. Well, once again, if you guys enjoyed our thoughts, follow us on YouTube. We're going to read, rate, and review a full Big Collected Edition comic once a month, plus these daily one-shots. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.